He walked through the door smelling like another woman's perfume, expecting breakfast in silence. Instead, he found divorce papers, empty closets, and a wife who'd been 3 steps ahead of him all along. The rain hammered against the presidential suite windows at the Grand Joseon Hotel as Ji-hoon Kim adjusted his Rolex. 3:47 a.m. His mistress, Mi-sun, slept tangled in silk sheets behind him, her red lipstick smeared across the pillow like a confession. He was Seoul's most feared underground king. At 38, he controlled half the city's smuggling routes, owned politicians like chess pieces, and married a woman he thought was as harmless as morning dew. Anna, his American wife, the beautiful black woman he'd met 3 years ago at a Hong Kong business summit. She'd been translating for a diplomat, her Korean flawless, her smile warm. He'd wanted her immediately, not for love, but for the statement she made. Exotic, educated, obedient. He'd paraded her through Seoul's elite, circles like a rare gem, watching men's eyes follow her while she stood silent beside him. The perfect trophy. She never complained about his late nights, never questioned the lipstick stains, never raised her voice. Perfect. Across the city, Anna stood in their penthouse, staring at her reflection. Not the soft, demure woman Ji-hoon knew. Tonight, her natural curls were free, not straightened to please him. Her eyes, usually downcast, blazed with something ancient and unforgiving. She pressed her palm against the cold window, watching Seoul's lights blur through the rain. 3 years of playing small. 3 years of being invisible. 3 years of building her case while he built his arrogance. The black envelope sat on the marble counter, Kim and Associates law firm. Her phone buzzed. A single message. He's leaving the hotel now. ETA 20 minutes. Anna smiled. Not the gentle smile Ji-hoon knew. This one had teeth. What would you do if you discovered your spouse had been playing you? For years? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear how you'd handle this betrayal. Ji-hoon's driver dropped him at the private entrance. He walked through the lobby, nodding at security who avoided his eyes. Odd, but he was too tired to care. The penthouse door clicked open. Silence swallowed him whole. No coffee brewing, no soft jazz, no Anna in her silk robe pretending she hadn't noticed his absence. Anna? His voice echoed against marble. The living room looked staged, too perfect, like a museum after closing. Then he saw it. His side of the closet untouched, but hers? Empty. Bare hangers swayed like skeletal fingers. His heart kicked once, hard. On the kitchen island, the black envelope waited beside his favorite mug. Inside official documents, cold, legal, final. Petition for dissolution of marriage. Petitioner, Anna Okafor. Kim. Respondent, Kim Ji-hoon. His hands trembled. Okafor? He'd never asked her full name. Never cared enough. Attached photographs. Him and Mi-sun at Gangnam restaurants. Him with the socialite from last month. The model before that. Time-stamped, dated, annotated like evidence in a crime scene. Because it was. But the final page made his blood freeze. A single photograph. Anna standing beside a silver-haired black man in military dress. Behind them, the Interpol headquarters in Lyon, France. The caption, handwritten in her elegant script, Lieutenant Colonel Marcus Okafor, International Criminal Division. My father. He sends his regards for taking such good care of his daughter during her 3-year undercover assignment. Your smuggling operation files are already with the prosecutors. Enjoy breakfast. The mug slipped from his fingers, shattering like his world. She wasn't his trophy wife. She was the trap. And he'd walked into it smiling. Did you see that twist coming? Who do you think played this better, Ji-hoon or Anna? Comment below and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss when karma comes knocking. Ji-hoon's knees hit the floor. Glass crunched beneath him, but he felt nothing except the roar in his skull. Undercover, 3 years, Interpol. No! The word tore from him. No, no, no! He grabbed his phone, dialing her number with shaking fingers. Disconnected. He tried again. Again. The automated voice mocked him in English, the language she'd whispered against his neck while cataloging his crimes. He pulled up his contacts, his lawyer, his second in command, his... Every number he tried went straight to voicemail or rang endlessly into void. They'd already turned, or been arrested, or worse. He stumbled to his home office, fingers jabbing at his computer password. Access denied. His offshore accounts frozen, his properties seized pending investigation. She couldn't... His voice cracked. She was just a translator. She loved me. The laugh that escaped him sounded unhinged, even to his own ears. Loved him? She'd studied him like a specimen. Every touch had been reconnaissance. Every smile, surveillance. Every time she'd curled against him in bed, she'd probably been memorizing his passwords. He'd thought he was untouchable. Seoul's Shadow King. The man who made prosecutors disappear. But Anna, Lieutenant Okafor, had dismantled him, using his own arrogance as the weapon. His phone buzzed. Unknown number. Against every instinct, he answered. Hello, Ji-hoon. Her voice, still warm, still smooth, but now edged with something sharp. I imagine you've read my note. You... He couldn't form words. Rage and disbelief choked him. I'm giving you one chance, Anna said softly. One chance to do the right thing, turn yourself in, cooperate. Or I release everything to your rivals and you know what they do to snitches. The line went dead. He was already buried. She was just deciding how deep. 48 hours later, Ji-hoon sat in a holding cell in Interpol's Seoul liaison office. They'd picked him up at the airport. Passport flagged, accounts frozen, nowhere to run. The door opened. Anna walked in wearing a tailored black suit, Interpol credentials clipped to her belt. Her natural hair framed her face like a crown. She looked radiant, powerful, nothing like the woman who'd folded his shirts. She sat across from him, separated by steel table and 3 years of lies. You look terrible, she observed. You look like yourself. His voice was gravel. Was any of it real? The mission was real. That's not what I asked. Anna's jaw tightened. You want honesty now? After 3 years of watching you parade mistresses through our bed? I thought you didn't notice. I documented everything. She slid a folder across. Including the trafficking routes, the bribed officials, the laundered money. Your entire empire, Ji-hoon. I was there for every deal you thought I was too stupid to understand. He stared at the documents, each one bearing her annotations in the margins. Why didn't you arrest me sooner? Because you weren't the target. She leaned forward. Your suppliers were. The politicians protecting you. The international networks. You were just convenient. The word landed like a blade. Convenient, he repeated bitterly. Like your wives were to me? Anna's eyes flashed. Exactly like that. How does it feel? The air between them crackled with something dangerous. Anger, yes, but underneath, something neither wanted to name. I can give you the suppliers, he heard himself say. Everyone. Full cooperation. In exchange for what? 5 minutes, you and me. No recording devices, no lawyers, just truth. Anna studied him, then nodded to the camera. 5 minutes, she agreed. Then you tell me everything. The camera light died. Silence wrapped around them like a confession booth. Why'd you really marry me? Ji-hoon asked quietly. If I was just an assignment, you could have been a girlfriend, an assistant. Why wife? Anna's fingers traced to the table's edge. Because wives are invisible in your world. They're decorations. You put me in every room where you did business thinking I was furniture. You speak 6 languages? I looked you up after I saw the photo. MIT graduate. 3 commendations from Interpol. You could have been anything. I chose this. Why? Her eyes met his, vulnerable for the first time. My sister. She was trafficked through Seoul 8 years ago. Promised a modeling contract. She was 17. Anna's voice fractured. By the time we found her, she'd been moved through 4 countries. She didn't survive extraction. Ji-hoon's chest tightened. Your operation used the same routes, same promises. So, yes, I volunteered for this. I requested you specifically. She stood, pacing. I was supposed to hate you. It would have been easier if I did. But? But you'd have these moments. Her voice dropped to whisper. When you thought I was asleep, you'd hold me like I was the only real thing in your life. You talk about your mother, how she died. When you were 12, how your father taught you that power was the only protection. You were broken, Ji-hoon, and you felt sorry for me. I felt something. She turned away, which made me furious, because you didn't deserve my sympathy. You deserved justice. And now? Anna's reflection in the window showed her wiping her eyes. Now I don't know what you deserve, but my sister deserves me to finish this. Then let me help you finish it right. Hold up, are you Team Anna, or are you starting to feel something for Ji-hoon? This is getting complicated. Drop a comment and subscribe, because this story is about to get even crazier. 6 months of cooperation. Ji-hoon gave them everything: names, routes, bank accounts, safe houses. 37 arrests across 12 countries. The network collapsed like a house of cards. Anna supervised every deposition. At first, they communicated through lawyers, then briefings, then late nights reviewing evidence, coffee going cold between them. One evening, past midnight in the conference room, Ji-hoon pushed away a file. Your sister, what was her name? Anna looked up, surprised. Adais, it means princess. Tell me about her. Why? Because I need to understand what I enabled. Even if I didn't know her specifically, I need to know who she was. Anna's guard dropped. She spoke for an hour about a Daisy's laugh, her dreams of becoming a doctor, her terrible singing voice. Ji-hoon listened like a man starving for absolution he didn't deserve. She would have liked you, you know, Anna said finally. The real you. The one who memorizes how people take their coffee and leaves anonymous donations to orphanages. You knew about that? I know everything about you, Ji-hoon, including the fact that you hate what you became but didn't know how to stop. He looked at her, really looked. I was so blind. You were magnificent and I treated you like wallpaper. I let you. It was strategic. Was it strategic when you held my hand during my father's funeral? Anna's breath caught. That was real, he finished. Some things were real, Anna, admit it. The space between them felt charged, dangerous. If we'd met differently, she whispered, in another life where you weren't a criminal and I wasn't hunting you, would you have loved me? I think, her eyes glistened. I think I already made that mistake. His hand covered hers. For a moment, impossibly, they weren't hunter and prey. They were just broken people who'd found each other in the wreckage. The news broke 3 days later. Interpol agent accused of compromised investigation. Romantic involvement with subject. Someone had leaked photos. Anna and Ji-hoon in the conference room, his hand on hers. The optics were damning. Anna's commander slammed the file on her desk. 18 months of work, Okafor, your entire career. For what? A criminal who played you better than you played him? Sir, I can explain. You're off the case. Effective immediately. Internal Affairs wants your badge. Ji-hoon heard through his lawyer. He called her instantly. Anna, I swear I didn't. Don't. Her voice was ice. This is exactly what you do. You destroy everything you touch. You know I wouldn't sabotage you. Do I? How do I know this wasn't your plan all along? Seduce the agent? Discredit the investigation? Walk free? You can't believe that. I don't know what to believe anymore. She was crying now, angry, broken tears. I had one job, one mission, justice for a days. And I let you make me forget that. I let you matter. Anna, please. You want to help me? Then stay away. You're poison, Ji-hoon. Everything about you is contaminated. I was a fool to think. To think what? Silence stretched like a wound. That you could be redeemed, she whispered. That we could be anything but this. A cop and a criminal. That's all we'll ever be. That's not true. Isn't it? Look at us. I threw away my career. You threw Away your empire. For what? 5 minutes of pretending we're normal people who could have a normal life? We could. Goodbye, Ji-hoon. The line went dead. He stared at the phone, the silence deafening. He'd lost everything before, but he'd never lost something that mattered. Until now. 2 weeks of silence. Anna sat in her emptied apartment. They'd moved her to a safe house pending investigation. Her badge suspended, her reputation shredded. Her sister's case finally closed, but the victory felt hollow. She'd won the war and lost herself. Her phone buzzed. A package delivery. Inside, a flash drive and a handwritten note in Ji-hoon's precise script. I can't give you back your career, but I can give you this. Everything I held back. The real players, the ones even I feared. Enough to rebuild every case they're trying to dismantle. You'll be a hero. I'll disappear. It's the only way I know how to love you properly. By letting you go. JH. Anna plugged in the drive with shaking hands, names, dates, Swiss accounts, government officials in 6 countries, diplomatic immunity records. This wasn't just evidence, it was a nuclear bomb that would reshape international crime prosecution. It would also seal Ji-hoon's death warrant. The people on this list didn't forgive snitches. Her commander would reinstate her instantly. She'd get commendations, promotions. All she had to do was use it and let Ji-hoon vanish into witness protection, or worse. She stared at her reflection in the dark screen. How does it feel? She'd asked him once. Being convenient? Now she understood. Love wasn't convenient. It was catastrophic. Anna grabbed her coat. She found him 2 hours later in a safe house in Itaewon, packing a single bag. He looked up, shocked. Anna. You're an idiot, she said. I know. These people will kill you. I know. And you did it anyway. For you. Yes? She crossed the room in 3 strides and kissed him, desperate, furious, inevitable. You don't get to be noble and disappear, she breathed against his mouth. Not anymore. What are you saying? I'm saying we finish this. Together. 18 months later, Geneva. Anna walked into the International Criminal Court, Ji-hoon beside her. Not in handcuffs, but as a protected witness who'd brought down a trafficking empire spanning 4 continents. 63 convictions, 17 governments implicated, hundreds of victims freed. The courtroom rose as the verdict was read. Life sentences, no parole. The gallery erupted, families weeping, journalists scrambling. Outside, Anna breathed cold Swiss air, feeling lighter than she had in years. Your commander called, Ji-hoon said quietly. Full reinstatement. They want you to head the new task force. And you? What did witness protection offer? New identity, new life. Soul's too dangerous now. Anna turned to him, cupping his face. Here's what I'm thinking. I take the task force. You take the consulting position they offered, reformed criminal advising law enforcement. We get a small place in Lyon. I cook terrible jollof rice. You pretend to like it. Anna. We visit Adaise's grave every year. We build something real from all this wreckage. We stop running from what we are. And what are we? She smiled. Not the diplomat's smile, not the agent's mask. Real. 2 broken people who found each other in the worst possible way and chose to become better anyway. Ji-hoon pulled her close, his forehead against hers. I don't deserve you. No, but you're going to spend the rest of your life trying to. And I'm going to let you. They kissed as snow began to fall. Soft, forgiving, new. Behind them, the court building stood like a monument to justice. Ahead, the future waited, uncertain, complicated, theirs. Anna took his hand. Ready? Ji-hoon squeezed back. With you? Always. They walked forward together, leaving the shadows behind. Not hunter and prey, not cop and criminal, just Anna and Ji-hoon. Finally, impossibly free. From betrayal to redemption to love, did this story wreck you like it wrecked me? What's the most powerful moment for you? Comment below. And if you loved this journey, smash that subscribe button because we've got more stories that'll make you feel everything. See you in the next one.